All right, some basic words. This is called a ring stand. Ring stand. This is called a burette clamp. And this is called a burette. Okay? All right, and a burette, we use this to put one liquid into something. All right, and at top it says 0, and the bottom it says 50. So this is a 50 milliliter burette, and we can add a liquid to something with it. This is called a stopcock. All right, and this controls the liquid flow. All right. If it's parallel, you're allowing liquid to go through. When it's perpendicular, you stop it. Okay? This is called a beaker. A beaker is never used to measure anything. Never, never. When?
Never.
Even though there may be markings on it, they're crazy inaccurate. It's not meant to be a measuring vessel. Okay?
Then why are there markings?
It's just general idea. Like, if you know, this is a 250 milliliter beaker, but if you know you do a half-liter mixture, you don't use this one. All right? It just tells you how big it is in general. Okay? This is what you usually see in a chemistry lab. It's called an Erlenmeyer flask. Erlenmeyer flask. And again, these are holders for solutions, mixtures, reactions. They're not used to measure. All right? Ever. I don't ever want to see you use these measurements on these. All right? Erlenmeyer flasks are better because they're a little bit harder to tip over, and they're great for mixing things. Okay? Yes? This is called a close. A pipette. All right? All right? It has markings. This happens to be a 10 milliliter pipette. And we use this to measure liquids accurately. All right? And there are lines in here. And when you measure, if you take a look, there's increments of 1 milliliter. And there are 10 lines in between. So each one is 0.1. And you have to make a guess of the next line, or what's in between the lines, right? So if it's between 5.5 and 5.6, you need to make a guess how far in between. Is it 5.55? 5.56? You need, that next number has to be a guess. All right? So how many sig figs?
3.
Always?
No.
What?
No.
Right on the line, there's only 2 in between.
No, wrong. If it's right on the line, what are you supposed to write?
5.50.
Which is how many sig figs?
3.
So is this always 3 sig figs?
Yeah.
How about 10.00?
At least 3 seconds.
How many is 10.00?
4.
Either way, you have to give me 2 numbers after the decimal. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. This is just a little gadget we use in the old days, old chemists, for us to draw liquid up into here. All right, can you give me some water, please? How would we get water up into this?
Push the top down and then release it.
You're really strong.
Yes, I am.
You almost dropped something.
You just suck it up into the bucket.
Correct. The old days, the old chemists, you would have to call mouth pipette. Okay. And you know what? It works.
That does a bit clear.
All right. And people don't do it anymore because, you know,
It's gross.
you just don't know where this pipette has been.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have different tools for it. All right. And then I could, if you look closely, I can control how much liquid I'm dispensing by controlling how much air I let in the top. Does that make sense? So I can get this down to say 0. There's a 0 line right here, and the meniscus has to rest right on it. And this is just about control and practice, all right? Everybody see that's exactly 0?
Yeah.
Yes? So I know that when I release this, I am adding 10 milliliters exactly. And it's designed to leave little at the bottom. See that last drop? You don't have to worry about that. All right? It's designed that that was exactly 10 milliliters. Exactly. 10.00. Okay. Precise measurement, yes?
Yes.
Precise measurement, yes?
Yes.
Precise measurement, yes?
No.
Precise measurement, yes?
No.
No.
How dare you?
Okay. Correct. You gotta understand what instruments are used for. All right? The other way you could measure amount, if I want 10 milliliters, I could use a graduated cylinder. You guys know what that is? I don't have one here. It's in the back.
In the same.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, this is a graduated cylinder, but this is for measuring a liter. Okay, and what if I wanted to measure 10 milliliters? Could I use this?
No.
Probably not
You
the best.
could, but I wouldn't.
Not
You have to
really.
measure it with
There's
something
no.
else and
I'll
put
place a
it-
bet if you can do it. Right? What's the lowest line on here?
45 or something.
No, it's 30 milliliters.
I think it's like 40.
There's like a line, like a
Before
before the black one.
What's my point?
It's not.
No.
It's too big.
The bigger something is, the less accurate it is.
Or you could start at 1,000 and go back to 900.
You're right. Yeah, this is you. I'm gonna measure out 1,000 and take out 990.
No, pour out 10 until you get to 900.
How do you pour out 10?
You just keep pouring like milliliter by milliliter until you get
What?
I've seen you guys try to pour
drop,
milk.
Drop by drop.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. See how hard it is to use this? Right. But we have tiny little 25 milliliter ones that'll work fine. All right? Yeah. Okay.
It's like a challenge.
Bring it. I'm gonna give you this and have you measured
I drink 38.2 liters of milk every day.
alcohol,
Fine.
tequila.
There you go.
That's what I'm thinking. All right. So nowadays, instead of mouth pipetting, I don't want you guys catching stuff from each other because we know some people have.
I was gonna say the flute, but
Yeah, I was gonna say cold, but if you want to go herpes level, I don't want. I got herpes from Mr. Huey. No.
oh,
My favorite. Syphilis.
Okay. It sounds wrong, but I have people in my other class who have mono,
yeah.
Get out of here. Leave.
the kissing disease.
Sucks.
It takes like a few months to recover from that,
It's
so
like
they can't
2
leave
whole
school
months.
for a few months.
Yeah.
It can be 2
Can,
weeks
but it's
to.
not advisable.
All right. So the way this works is this: put it in the liquid, and all you have to do is use your thumb and look. It sucks for you,
It's a self-sucking.
and I can bring this up to
So can I
0
take
like
my
I did
test
before.
instead?
Oops, I lost suction.
Good job.
Too much suction.
Okay. Bring it up to 0. All right, and I can control it with my thumb,
Yep. That's
and I can bring it over here, and all I have to do is press this white thing. I'm just showing you, and it releases it. Okay.
So now we have 20 milliliters.
Can't you just push that down?
I could, but that's what this is for.
Okay.
That's what it's actually there to let it out. All right, instead of my thumb doesn't quite reach. It's an Asian thumb. Nothing wrong with Asian thumbs, right?
Does that help you with predators being able to?
Oh, you want to talk about the
Traverse your
evolution of the
thumbs.
thumb?
The hitchhiker's thumb probably doesn't help either.
Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
receptacle thing.
Everybody understand how to use these instruments?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, to fill a burette, okay? So, I don't know if you remember a titration. We are actually adding, in this case, a base to an acid. It's called what type of reaction?
Acid-base reaction.
Acid-base neutralization. Okay, and what's one of the products always?
Water.
Water. All right. So, again, I'm just showing you stuff. This is just water. All right. There's a lot of lead in it, but it's just water. you squeeze this spring to release the burette, okay? And you squeeze it to put it back in, and you release it gently. Okay, don't click it on, all right? Because some burettes are glass.
Sound glass.
Those are the expensive ones. Okay, I used to have a lot more glass ones, but then students, all right.
Yes. Anyone
All right.
with your siblings knows how you
What are the chances that the burette is clean?
slim to none.
BLA,
Slim to none.
Zero. There's no
Just
chance.
left the room.
it's not
It's hard
clean.
enough to clean straws at home. So.
Yeah. Or if you take a look at the cafeteria and your fellow students. All right. So to clean it, how do we clean the burette before we use it?
Pour soapy water through it.
Yeah, but that could be. But then you'll have soapy water. How are you gonna clean the soapy water out?
Rinse
Rinse
it.
it.
Rinse it with what?
Water. Clean water.
Okay, rinse it with clean water. But
Distill.
then when I actually want to put something in here called base, what'll happen if there's still water in there? It'll mix, and what will happen to the concentration?
It'll be lower.
It will dilute it.
Have you ever tried to blow dry glass?
What happened?
Someone, Mairead tried to do it in Mr. Hawker's class. Like she took a beaker to the glass, went to the bathroom to like pour out the stuff in it, held it under the blow dryer, and it exploded.
Or
No.
Murray dropped it. Okay, here we go. So
Yeah, she
you
probably
never,
dropped it.
you never rinse it out with soapy water. You never rinse it out with water.
Boiling water?
That would
It's water.
that would still dilute it, and a whole bunch of you would have third-degree burns. So what do you rinse it with?
Huey.
What?
Ooh, so now you can have a bleach solution up in there? Alcohol. It's always alcohol. No. Then you'll have alcohol in there.
Tequila.
This.
UV.
You want to rinse it with gas?
Yes.
You rinse it with dynamite. No.
Sterilize it with ultraviolet.
Okay.
What?
You can, but the question is, this is chemistry, not biology. Why do I need to sterilize it?
Good question.
Right? Do I care if there's bacteria in here? What's the only thing I care about?
Infection.
And it's clean.
What do I want in here?
Nothing.
No.
No, well, I'm gonna use it for something.
Right, but before you use it, you want nothing.
It'd be good if it was nothing, if it was clean. But what do I want in here? The solution that I'm gonna use.
Oh, so
Can you,
Can you wait for like the water to evaporate?
Yeah. And then how much time do we have?
wait.
could you clean it with the solution you're going to use?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oh.
Did you say that?
Okay, say it louder.
Can you clean it with the solution you're going to use?
And I said, absolutely. You clean it with whatever you're going to put in there. This is chemistry 101, all right? You rinse the burette with whatever you're going to put in the burette. Okay? So, I'm using sodium hydroxide, 0.1 molar. Sodium hydroxide, 0.1 molar. It's a base. Understand?
Yes.
You never use the whole bottle. You use something that you can control, all right? So let's make believe this is dry. I have beakers in the back. Let's make believe it's dry, okay? And I put the sodium hydroxide in a beaker that I can handle. Understand?
Yes.
And I only need as much as I'm going to put in here. This is a 50 milliliter burette. Okay? It's very interesting that no one's really taking notes. You better hope this video comes out well. Alright? And make sure the stopcock is closed. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of sodium hydroxide in here. It doesn't? Well, if it leaks out the end, you tell me. Alright?
Can you choose a funnel?
I could, but I have skills.
Okay.
Alright? And again, I'm just going to throw this away at the end. Alright, so I'm kind of twirling it, letting it swirl around in there, and I'm actually cleaning out what was in there before to make sure all I have in there are little drops of the same stuff. Understand?
Uh-huh.
And I can get rid of some of it through the stopcock. Alright, just to clean that out a little. Right? Yes?
Yeah.
And then can pour the rest out. Now this is rinsed and ready to go. Okay? Place it back in the ring stand. All right, and now I'm gonna fill it. Okay? When you have an acid solution, don't put it down here. Make sure there's nothing down here, in case you spill it. In case is a very generous word. When you spill it. Okay? But it just takes time, right? And you have to be patient and controlled. Okay? And I'm gonna fill it up above the 0. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
So you can bring it back in.
Correct. What are the chances you're gonna fill it exactly to 0?
Some to none.
Slim to none. You gotta have mad skills. All right?
Mad skills.
I don't know, I can try. See, now I went over. Okay? But the point of a burette is I can always bring it down. All right? There you go. The meniscus is resting on the 0. I want to take a look. So this burette's ready to go. Am I close?
Yeah.
Meniscus is on the line. Yes?
Yes.
All right, so this part is set up. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some acid that I want to titrate. All right, so say this is some acid and you don't know what the strength is. Remember what a titration is? You don't know this molarity. All right, so I need to decide how much to titrate. What do you think? How much acid should I put in? Because that number you better know. Huh? 50? No. The idea is that the more acid you put in, what's going to have to be true to neutralize it?
You're gonna have to put in more.
More base. So, for fun, let's do 10. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
All right. So you never stick your pipette into a container. You always have to use beaker.
Different beaker.
All right. So I'll get a beaker. Why can't I put my pipette in there?
Because anything on the outside is getting into the rest of the.
And what will happen to my solution that I paid a lot of money for?
It's no longer pure or whatever.
It won't be pure solution anymore. All right. Anyone ever at home you have sugar for the coffee and people take it, sugar, put it in, stir the coffee and put it back in the sugar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same idea. You just don't put it in there. You pour out a little bit of what you want to use. Okay? Yeah. Yes? Yes. All right. So you don't know the strength of this acid. You don't even know what acid it is. Okay? But I'm taking some of it out and I want to titrate 10 milliliters. Okay? And you better write that down, what you use. You can do 11, you can do 12. I don't care what you use. But the more you use, the more base you're going to use. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Get it down to 0. Oops. And again, you just let it go until it stops, and that should be exactly 10. Okay? All right. And as a matter of fact, that seems a little, it's going to be hard for me to see. Can I add any water in there? The equation for titration? That is correct. I'll change it a little bit. MAVA equals MBVB, where A stands for what?
Acid.
Acid, and B stands for
Base.
base. So, what's the volume of the acid I put in here? VA? 10 milliliters. What happens if I put water in there? Will that change how much acid I used?
No, it'll change the dilation.
Yeah, it'll change the dilution, but will it change the amount of acid I put in there?
No.
Will it change the amount of base needed to neutralize it?
No.
So if I put pure water in, it doesn't matter?
No.
It doesn't. This is distilled water. All right? And I just want a little bit more in there. You know what I'm saying? So that I can see something. I'll show you. You'll know why in a second. All right, and sometimes it's good to rinse down the sides if you've got drips of acid on the side to make sure it's in there. All right? And then I'm going to put in something called an indicator. An indicator, this is called phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein, P-H-E-N-O P-H-T-H-A-L-E-I-N, phenolphthalein. I just got it for you. You only need 2 drops. In an acid solution, which this is, guess what color it is?
Can you put 3?
So,
Okay.
it's clear in an acid. You know what color it is in a base? Close.
Black.
Teal.
Indigo.
Plaid.
Turquoise.
Striped.
Pink.
Pink.
And if it's in liquid base, it gets more toward purple. Okay? All right? So, right now, we know this solution is what? Acidic. How do you know?
Just saw you put it on.
Because it's clear when you step
It's clear. I put the indicator in, and it's clear. All right? So, now I can start my titration now. Everybody understand what I just did? These beakers, you better know what's in them. I know that's a base. All right? I know that's an acid. You gotta keep, yeah, if you mix them up, you're messed up. You're gonna mess up your lab. Okay? All right? Put paper underneath because you're looking for what? A color change. The moment this turns, it'll take 1 drop to turn this pink. And you want it the lightest pink possible. All right? Because you know that with that 1 drop, everything's definitely neutralized. Okay? The other thing you need to write down is MB. What's MB? Huh? What's MB?
Molarity of the base.
Molarity of the base. What did I tell you the molarity of the base was? Wrong.
0.1.
0.10 molar. 0.10 molarity. Sodium hydroxide. Okay? So now I know MB, right? When this is neutralized, what can I read here? What do I read off the burette? Milliliters is what? A measure of volume of the base. So I'll figure out VB, right? So I know MB and VB at the end. And what else do I know? VA. So what can I solve for? The molarity of the acid. And that's the point of a titration. I want to know how strong this acid is because it's an unknown. Understand? Yes. All right, gather on. You guys get close to see this.
I gotta play your bass.
So, a single person doing this, you can control it, but you guys are going to be working in groups, and all you can do is you're going to start putting drops of base in here. All right? Oh, did you see anything?
Yeah, it turned pink and then it went back to
But then what?
went back to clear.
Oh, so is it neutralized?
Not yet.
No, is it? So I've done this a lot, so I can kind of tell that it's going to take a little while. Yes?
Yes.
But if you guys go past something called the endpoint, you got to redo it.
Makes sense.
So I'm going a little bit fast because I know. See how it's going away? Why is it going away?
Not fully, yeah, not fully neutralized.
Why is it taking time? Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Right? And when you get the acid to touch the base, then it neutralizes. Okay. Any questions? Why am I swirling? Okay. So the key here is patience. And I'm looking for the lightest pink possible. All right? Because if you put too much, what color you're going to see it's going to be like dark pink purple. And you can tell because the longer the color persists, all right,
The closer you are.
the closer I am to a full neutralization. Okay? Isn't that my base solution? Don't shoot that out.
That would really thing.
One of my skills in college, making kids spit out all mouthfuls of food. And the timing was,
What a skill.
Didn't you put a bunch of something in orange juice?
yeah, that's another one.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce, yeah.
That's another skill. We should all go to Chinatown and get some food.
We should.
Yeah.
Field
trip? Can we?
Yeah,
When?
it's Saturday. Why you guys laugh?
Because I work.
Same.
My mom doesn't let me in the house.
Your mom doesn't let you out of the house?
How come
Good.
you're-
I'm not cutting this part out. People can watch you do this.
Skip.
Or just speed it up.
How many millimeters stuff?
I'm not good at this.
It's like, yeah, it's like,
How many have you used?
like
I guess I can
Watch
speed
your
it
weight
up.
down.
10-ish?
I guess I can speed it up.
10-ish, right?
10-ish.
I'm not really reading it because I can't see the meniscus.
10-ish.
A little bit more than 10, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little faster.
It's got like a left.
Okay, but understand that I'm looking for you guys to be patient.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, you gotta be patient. See how the color's lasting longer?
Yeah, so it's taking.
So, when you see the color lasting longer, I have to be careful because one drop's gonna do it. All right?
That's yeah.
How many kitties? How many kitties you got, Danny?
No.
He said
Just
about,
tell me.
he said about 6.
6?
You don't.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Are they just born? It's been you're playing with them. I know you are.
Yeah, he is. He's keeping them for himself.
So selfish. Just bring a couple in.
Oh, wouldn't that be the funniest chemistry class ever? Just kittens all over a desk. Yeah, put them on a desk.
On a cutting board.
Put them on a Bunsen burner.
See how it's lasting?
Yes.
Right. But still, eventually,
It goes away.
yeah. So I'm really getting close. So you got to go
Really slow.
a drop at a time. And I'll show you the color that we're trying to get.
Oh, oh.
Oh, it's gonna take.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, it's turning pink.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh.
Yay.
Wait,
Oh,
is it going away? No, it's not.
Still pink.
Watch it just turn.
Wait. Oh, it faded. It's fading.
It's still pink.
It's still a little pink though, yeah.
Is
Oh,
it?
now it's no, now it's clear.
Yeah.
It's clear. So one more drop would have.
One more drop.
Because it would have been just like a little tiny puddle at the bottom. All right, because you need enough to swirl. All right,
And see if there's a
and
change.
you need room for the chemicals to react in a sense, right? Volume. All right, so I'm thinking
One more
with,
drop.
within a drop or two. All right. Anybody want to try swirling that bad boy? Okay.
Don't drop it.
Okay.
Bruised.
Visibly sweating.
Faster.
What sauce?
That's not
Why
the
should it go
lightest
away?
possible.
Keep going.
Keep going.
No, let it keep going, yeah.
Just keep on going.
Yep, up. It's going away.
Do a flip. Is it?
No, flip.
No, I did.
Hanging on the table.
It's
going away.
it's fading. It's fading.
It's still pink though.
Like you be scared.
I think it's good.
It's staying.
Still there.
Yay, we did it. Yeah. They should have gone.
Okay. Light pink. Agreed?
Yes.
It's persisting. All right. I mean, if we waited for 10 minutes, it might go away, but I'm pretty much there. This is not acidic anymore. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read that for me?
It's like
2 decimal points after.
0.7.
2 decimal points after.
She wasn't here.
Is it not? Okay, no.
12.75.
You just made up the 7.5.
12.7526.
Oh.
I need a guess between the lines.
Someone guess.
Come on.
Might as well
I can't
pick
even see
one.
that.
Yeah, we need someone who doesn't like.
Is it?
Yeah, is
Let
it
me sit
blind?
down. You said 12?
2 decimal.
I have glasses, I can't.
Yeah, but I think it's good.
I got you.
On your toes.
7. Okay. 12.12.
Basically.
12.69.
What is it in between? Between the...
What's not even 12.7?
It's not on the line of point.
So it's before 12.7?
Yeah.
So 12.69? Okay. Now, so now you know the VB. Agreed? What can you calculate? MA. Which was always the purpose of this lab. To figure out the molarity of the unknown acid. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. And again, I'll give you a different one, and I can change the molarity to whatever I want. I'm looking to see if you can get it. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yes.
This light pink is your goal. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Like when we mess up.
Can you see the purple?
This is too much.
Yo, even one
Even a little
or
bit.
2 drops.
Hey,
Screwed it over.
That's too much.
That's crazy.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1 drop is about to fall.
Pour all of it.
Yeah, I thought it turned.
Yeah, I got that.
Even darker.
That is purple. You can see.
That's
Well,
pink.
part of it is purple.
Whatever you want to call it.
Now it's more. Now it's more.
It's
basic
too
and
much.
acidic.
It's
It's just too much.
Way too much.
Add the rest.
okay.
Add the rest of the
No, you guys are confused.
Oh god.
Oh, it's the base.
That's the acid.
Oh, it's the acid.
Andrew's already confused about what it is. Let me see. What is
Yeah, it's no longer neutralized because there's more acid.
Yeah, more acid.
Andrew's already confused.
That's
That's what.
Anybody want to try to get the light pink? Now we're just practicing light pink.
That seems like a lot of people.
Andrew, remember he added acid, so you have to.
Swirl. No.
He's already.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm not doing that tomorrow. Wait.
Someone added
I'm
that.
just gonna keep spinning it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Pray to
getting
God,
better.
please.
It's getting better.
Save me.
Yeah. No. That's.
That's me when I'm trying to get like a color and I put too much like black in it.
Damn it.
Oh, you went too fast, Andrew.
Well done, Andrew.
Why'd
No,
you
really?
throw like 10 drops?
Now remember,
That was like.
I've
3
done
drops.
many of these in my career, so I know I can tell. But you guys, I wouldn't go so fast if I were you guys. You got to be really gentle. Okay. Anybody else?
Ow.
Isabel, come on.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's good.
Your massive shoulders.
Your broad
Your
shoulders.
massive hair.
Oh, oh.
Oh, dang.
No.
Did he get it?
Too much.
Oh, oh.
No.
You get it.
It disappeared.
Bad.
Andrew just went all in.
I sent it.
Go home.
Nerf or nothing.
So nice.
No for nothing.
Are you okay?
Oh, oh.
Imagine if
They
it
make
does
those
all
sounds
this
in
and
the
he's
lab.
looking
I do, but not from this end.
Wait, it's still not. Oh my god.
Two.
Jay,
So
no,
that
Stop
that
making him nervous.
that white button releases everything, right?
Is Gio ever nervous?
Yes.
Click that way, bro.
Jill, click the white button.
Just all in. Click the white button.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Side.
What does the white button do?
It releases everything. Like that.
Ooh.
I think that's
I'm sure you would have tried that.
You're trying to get that lightest pink that you saw, all right?
Mm.
Oh,
We could be here for a while, guys.
so whoever was in my group next when we do this, I'm not doing that.
No, you'll just measure.
I'll just watch it
Yeah.
go down.
I'll do it.
I'll see how much
Yeah.
you use.
Getting closer.
Thanks for the support stuff.
Just a little faster.
Snowstorm.
Oh, it's too much.
Oh,
No?
Oh.
Why is there so
You
much
guys.
Yeah.
phew.
After DP
Do
put
it,
in,
Gio.
you
Stop rushing him.
It didn't even look like
He's
a lot.
getting nervous.
Okay, now me, I'll take over.
The second
After like 5 minutes of trying.
See, Geo's good for like really fine micro brain surgery,
Touch the thing, it turns
and Andrew's gonna be a doctor.
I'm gonna be the one giving him the
Let's
brain
just
surgery.
cut it off. We'll just cut it straight off, no more
he'll
problems.
be like the Roman doctors we learned about in 7th grade who got their patients drunk to cut limbs
That's
off.
a great way to go, guys. I'm just saying.
He's almost there.
Oh,
Oh, you have a cut in your finger? Let's take the whole hand off.
can't have these paper cuts. Gonna get infected.
Can't have this finger anymore.
Not even the whole hand, just the arm.
Oh,
No.
gee.
Goodness.
Guys, have a
Gio.
little faith in me.
Maybe if you mix it up more. Keep mixing it.
Keep on
That's
mixing it, Gio.
no.
I'm
That's
probably
it.
Going